Hi, 7th graders. This presentation is intended to help you with your migration Venn diagram project. So let's get started. If I can go to the next slide. There we go. So first thing is, what is a Venn diagram? The answer is it compares and contrasts two things. So a Venn diagram is basically two circles or two ovals or squares or something that overlap. So where the circles overlap is what's similar about the two things. And where they don't overlap is what is different about the two things. So I'm going to give you an example on the next slide of a completed Venn diagram. Okay, this Venn diagram compares airplanes and cars. Now this isn't what you are going to do on your diagram, but this just gives you an example. So at the top of the yellow circle, they titled it airplanes. At the top of the blue circle, they titled it cars. In the middle, they titled it both. So what is in the airplanes column are the things that are characteristic only of airplanes, such as they are bigger, they have restrooms in them, they fly in the air, they have many seats, they have lots of switches, they hold more people, they serve food, they're faster, and they have wings. So that is what is different from cars. And under the cars column, this is what is different from airplanes. Cars are smaller, they do not have restrooms, they travel on roads, they have just a few seats, they have not as many switches as airplanes, they hold fewer people, they do not serve food. Of course, people bring their own food, but they are slower, and they do not have wings. So where the two circles overlap and they come together is what both airplanes and cars have in common. And that is they both are forms of transportation, they both have wheels, they both are machines, they both have engines, they both have windows, and they both have seat belts. Now you may think of more things that are the same with airplanes and cars, but that's all right. They chose several characteristics to put down there, but this gives you an idea. So in other words, what is in the separate circles is what is different about the two things. Where the circles overlap is what is the same about two things. So when you do your Venn diagram, you're going to make your two overlapping circles, but you are going to compare different eras in time of migration. So first we have a few definitions for you. Migration is actually to move from one place to another. So in this unit, you've studied migration, and you've studied people very early in history moving from one place to the other, and you've studied more recent groups of people moving from one place to the other. And I don't mean more recent by just this year or this decade, but 100 years ago is more recent than thousands of years ago. So anyway, when it asks you to compare two things, you're to show how they are similar, how they are alike. So comparing is to show similarities between two or more things. And to contrast something is to show differences between two or more things. So your differences are going to be in the outsides of your circles, and that is how you're going to contrast two things. Where you are going to compare two things is where your circles overlap, to show how the things are alike or how they are similar. Okay, so your actual assignment, what it's going to say in the next project that you open up is, the migration of people is one of the many trends in world history. In this chapter, you read about some of the reasons people have migrated during the period from 1750 to 1914. But have you thought about what motivates people to migrate today? What motivates them is why. So have you thought about why people migrate today? For this project, you will be asked to think about this question as you make comparisons between the factors that caused people to migrate throughout history. Compare those who migrated during the period from 1750 to 1914 and those who migrate today. How are their reasons similar for migrating? How are their reasons different? All right, and I'll show you on the next slide of exactly how you're going to create your diagram. So you may either draw your diagram and write in your answers, or you may download something suitable from the internet, should say from, not form, the internet, to edit or write in by hand. Make sure your diagram is large enough to write in without crowding your words. So if you do this, you may have to do it on a larger piece of paper or on cardstock or something larger so that when you write, it's readable. Or if you decide to download something that you can edit, you can do that right on your computer. So then you title your diagram Migration. Okay, that's what's on the very top of your page. And at the top of one circle, you write 1750-1914, just like there were airplanes on one side of the other diagram that I showed you. And at the top of the other circle, write today. Today means in modern times, okay, like, in this last decade, 5 or 10 years. And in the middle, where both circles overlap, you write the word both. Now, each of your categories or each of your columns must have at least 3 entries. You may include more, however, as you think of them. That will, of course, boost your grade. But you need to write at least 3 reasons why people migrated from 1750 to 1914, at least 3 reasons why people migrate today, and then at least 3 examples of why they both migrated. Okay, so 1750 to 1914 has to be different from today on the outsides of the circles, and 3 reasons why they both migrated is where the circles overlap. So turning in your work. If you've printed out or handwritten something, you'll need to take a picture of it or scan it onto your computer and save it as a file. Be sure it is readable. Don't take a picture from so far away that I won't be able to read it when I open it. So in other words, if you take a picture of it, please preview it on your computer before you send it to me to make sure that it's readable. Okay? If you scan it into your computer, it's most likely going to be readable if you've written neatly. But then if you've done it all on your computer, like if you download something and edit it by typing it in, then you don't need to take a picture or scan it in. It's already in your computer. Just save it as a file. Then you upload your file to your assignment instead of writing or typing it in the essay box, which you won't be able to do on this one. Go to your assignment box and find the gray file folder icon to upload a file. And on the next slide, I've taken a screenshot of the icon and I circled it in red in order to find where you do this. So after you upload your file, you submit your answer and turn it in. So this shows you exactly, this is an assignment, an assignment box that you normally type in your answer in Writer. Well, to upload a file, do you see in the upper right-hand corner above that blue bar on Writer? There's a tiny little file folder that has a plus on it. If you click on that, it will let you choose any file that is saved to your computer, and you can upload it and attach it as your answer. It's not going to appear in your text box, in your Writer box, but it will attach And then if you submit it and then turn it in, it will send to me. So, questions. If you have any questions on how to create the diagram, what you need to put in it, how to do your project, please contact me. You can either email me, you can send a message by OW, or you can give me a call. Both of my phone numbers are on this slide for you, so you don't even have to look it up. If you're watching this recording, you must call me to discuss before you can get credit for watching this video. My phone number's again, and most of you have already called me one time or another, so you know that it's not bad. All I'm going to ask you is about what you saw in here and what you need to do to complete your assignment. All right, and good luck on creating your Venn diagram. I can't wait to see how everybody's turn out, and I will talk to you soon about it. Bye.